Okay, I'm just gonna see here. Oh, good, I'm not sideways, so I'm gonna lock my phone into place here. I know you'll be getting a pretty decent view. Hello, Donna. It's always jiggle, jiggle, jiggle till I get started here. Just want to make sure I've got everything in space here. Okay. And my son just informed me that he has some tests to take for college, so I kind of want to get right into the card, but not feel rushed either. Hello, Sue. Hello, Donna. Thanks for joining in. So today it took me a little bit longer to come up, not with the card. I knew what I wanted to use in the products and such, but just getting the color combination that I wanted to make it just right and such. I was kind of in a purple mood, and yet my go-to color is anything that's a shade of blue. So that's what I ended up with. So today's card, excuse me, is from the Under My Umbrella bundle from the mini catalog. So this is the stamp set, Under My Umbrella, and it also comes with a coordinating punch. So if you buy the two together, you get a 10% savings. Obviously they can be purchased separate too, but I like to point out where it's at to help you guys along as well. So it is on page 42. So once again, the mini catalog. Hello, Stacy. Hello, Robin. So I'm going to use products from page 42. There is the stamp set, so you can kind of see that. And whenever you see in the catalog where the images like this are highlighted in kind of that vanilla color, that means that there's a coordinating punch that will punch that out for you. Hello, Gretchen. So, and also with that same thing, if you see something in the catalog that has kind of a gray tone to it, that means that there's a die for it too. So, let's see. So that's where the card stems from. And for my color palette, like I said, I kind of struggled with that. And I wanted something kind of cheery, even though, I mean, how do you make an umbrella cheery, kind of? But no, you can. Like I think of bridal shower, things like that, and you want that to be cheery and fun. And today's weather isn't cheery and fun, so that's why I think I gravitated when I woke up. I thought, you know, maybe I want to do something with that umbrella set because I haven't done that or use that for a little bit. So, so how I came up with the papers here for the umbrella and the boots was from the Birthday Bonanza Suite, same catalog, and that is on page 33. So kind of fun papers there. That's where that is stemming from. And then there's also a coordinating piece, but not from that set, and that's just this little strip here. So these two both came from Birthday Bonanza. This little strip came from the 6x6 pack of Designer Series paper, which in the annual catalog on 168 you'll see, like just before that, whoops, all of the pretty papers and such, but don't forget to flip the page. And I'm gonna move the camera down a little bit there. And then at the top, you'll see all the different patterns that come, and then each color family can be purchased as a pack that way. So that is where that comes from. So, oh, I did bring out Birthday Bonanza. So if you think, okay, really an umbrella from those cute little creatures and such, there's lots of fun things there. So it was hard to design the card knowing that I'm going to be cutting into these cute lions and the cute koala bears, but on the back side is going to be the umbrella, and on the back side is going to be the boots. So I will get started with my card, and I'll scooch this down a little bit and on my tripod here and try and make that so it's facing where my hands would be. Oops. Like so. Okay, I think that's good. So for the card, to start out, I think I'm going to show you how I did the embossing here, and it is the embossing folder, Beads and Baubles. And so this embossing folder, Beads and Baubles, is from the kind of the suite of products that is the peacock. And so the nice thing about it is it's 6 by 6, so it can go this way or that way depending on the size or actually the orientation of your card that you want it to go. Hi, Val. And so because I want my card going this way and not this way, I want this to go up and down. So once again, that black line within the embossing folder is great, so you know you'll get it in there and it won't be crooked. And all week I've kind of been using 3D folders. This is not a 3D folder. So for layering, I am using my regular Big Shot platform, and then a cutting plate, and then this, and always make sure that you put your seam through first in your Big Shot, and then a cutting pad on top. And I'll just crank that through like so. And then we have this. So it's supposed to be kind of like an elegant peacock look, but I thought it kind of added a nice little emphasized raindrop look too. So hopefully you can see where I'm going with that. And I'm going to set this aside. And let's see, I almost feel like this is a little too close. I'm gonna back it up a little bit so you can maybe see more of my work area that way. I have a little bit of a shadow on my end to see what's going on, but I think that'll be a little bit better. So color choices, what I came up with today, this is Coastal Cabana for the card base. And I've got that scored, so I'm just going to go across that with my bone folder, like so. And then this little strip is actually of the pattern paper from the 6 by 6. It's from the Regal 6 by 6 pattern paper pack, and this is just a 1-inch strip. And so I'm going to take and put some adhesive on there, and it's always kind of hard to know if I want to go with one side or the other. And then this strip here is Bermuda Bay, and that is 1 1/4 inches. So I'm just going to line that up, lay that on top like so, and then put adhesive on that. And that's going to go right down my card front like so. So that's going to be that layer on the card. And then I'm going to take this, which is Pool Party. I do a lot with the Pool Party color. I feel like it's a color that I can use all year round, which is great. And so I'm just going to put some adhesive on that. Hi, Julie. Thanks for joining in. And then that I'm going to back with the Bermuda Bay. So the dimensions or measurements for this is 3 by 4 of the Pool Party, and then the Bermuda Bay is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 for that layer. So I'm just going to take some of that tape and tack that down. Hello, Shelly. Happy Thursday. We're almost to Good Friday. So we've got that so far. So we've got a couple layers of layering there and a couple more layers of layering there for the card. And now we're going to go for the focal points of the card. So when I knew I wanted to put an umbrella on, I was like, I think I want this one, not that one. And because I knew I wanted to stamp directly on the Designer Series paper, I also thought, well, let's go a little bit darker. I thought, well, if I do the Bermuda Bay ink pad on here, that'll pull out those colors in there. It really didn't work too well. It just wasn't dark enough to make the Designer Series paper pop. So I'm going to get out my stamping mat here and my Memento black ink pad. This is a photopolymer stamp set, so anytime I have that see-through look of my stamps, which is photopolymer, then I stamp on my mat, which gives it a nice, I call it like a suction cup. So when you actually ink your stamps down, it's like the ink wants to suction itself right down onto your paper because of this mat. The mat gives it the cushion like a cling stamp. So that's important, and it gives it a good image. So I'm just going to ink up my umbrella. I'm going to stamp that down on there. And with my umbrella punch, I'm going to open that up and I am going to punch that out. And let's see, trying to think. So this is live, of course, and I'm just realizing I forgot my little scrap of Bermuda Bay. I'll be right back. Okay, so see, this is how you know this is done live, and it's totally me, like Stacy would say, keeping it real. Hello, Barb. So I'm just going to feed in a scrap of Bermuda Bay so that I can get the umbrella handle there. And got that, and to attach that to my umbrella, I'm just going to take a glue dot. So I'll find where the nearest glue dot is, and I'll put that right in the center bottom edge of my umbrella. And then I can press the umbrella handle right into there like so. So that makes it easy to assemble that way. And then for the boots, I have this huge piece of paper, but all we're gonna use for the boots there too is just a little scrap. So I'm going to ink those boots up in black ink, like so. And then with my scissor, I'm going to cut those out. I was gonna cut them ahead of time, but I think so many people think, does Belle really do, you know, the cutting, or how does she do that? She makes us do hand cutting at stamp camps, and so we would like to just see her struggle through hand cutting things. I kind of wish, it's such a cute stamp, and it's also such a cute coordinating punch. I kind of wish that the punch had, instead of two umbrellas, just had one umbrella and then these boots that punched out too. But because they're pretty square, they're really pretty easy to cut out too. So done. So I'll set that aside. And then for assembling, we just need our sentiment to add to those two elements. And so for my sentiment, I chose "No matter the weather, we're friends forever." And I thought that was really fitting for the type of pandemic that we're in right now. You might not be seeing friends that you normally see, and this would be a fun encouragement card to send to somebody. So to cut that out, I chose the Stitch So Sweetly dies, which are on back order right now. I'm hoping around April 20th they should be back in. So these come in all these fun little stitch rectangles, and then these different shapes too. There's a couple more larger ones, and then this one I'm just pulling from that area too. So I'm going to switch out my plate for my Big Shot, and I'm going to pull that in, get rid of some of this. And with the magnetic platform, what I love about the magnetic platform is for things like this, because this is going to be kind of a tighter fit here, like so. So I'm going to just put that there, and I know that with the magnetic platform, this isn't going to move. So I've got it kind of against the R and the N on both ends of it, and I'll just run that through. And just like that, we have a cute little die cut with a little stitching on there, and the fun little scallop edge on the rectangle too. So it pops right out of there. Hi, Julie. Hi, Sherry. So then to add that to the card, it's just a matter of taking all those pieces I've done and then just assembling it. So I'm going to stick with tacking down my greeting first, like so, and I kind of want that to be more the middle of the card there, and then I want my umbrella to be popped up, so that's a little bit more of an accent piece. So I'm just going to take, actually I should show you what I do when it's a long image like the umbrella is, kind of wide across there. I just kind of measure with my eye about how wide or long that piece is, and I cut that right off my dimensional sheet, and then pull the adhesive piece right off of there. And then you can even kind of bend these if it's like circular or oval or something, you can kind of work with that. It looks like there's a little bit sticking off the edge, so I'm just going to push that down to a different area. So I have that popped up, and this umbrella handle is just going to kind of free float, and actually it kind of wants to pop up with the dimensionals. On my original card I had it free floating. That's not a stressor at all. Then I'll just take a little glue dot and put that underneath the umbrella handle, and it's a little bit bigger than the umbrella handle, so I just ball it up a little bit and push down the extra so it's kind of out of the way, but then it won't be flipping up, so if you go to put it in your envelope to mail it or give it to somebody, then it won't rip off or anything. And then same thing with the cute little boots here, the little galoshes with the pattern on there. That's what's so fun about the pattern paper, is that you can get some nice looking images like the boots on there. Kind of looks like what you would see for little rain boots this time of year. So I'm just going to pop those boots up as well with a couple dimensionals. And then this could have easily been the completed project and I would have been okay with it, but okay isn't best. So I pulled out, these are one of my favorite accessories, glitter enamel dots, and I bought quite a few of them. When I do stamp camps, I usually plan for 80 people to do this one card, so about 800 cards a month, because I do a series of 10 cards. So I cut all of this color, but within the package of the glitter enamel dots, you'll have a fun purple look. These are like Coastal Cabana color or pool party. It kind of coordinates with all of these colors. There's hot pink melon mambo, there's a purple, so a nice variety of them. And then there's 4 different size, large to smaller. And so I'm just going to take the largest one. Sometimes I can just pull it off with the tip of this, but these are kind of stuck on there. So with my little spatula from my Take Your Pick tool, I'll just kind of scoot that from there to there. And then the next size I'll scoop up, kind of like pulling cookies off the tray, and I'll just add that. So I just kind of have an uneven number, 3, just kind of here and there on the card, and that just adds a little extra sparkle too. You know, I did think about putting the Wink Stella, which is that sparkly pen I used the other day. I could have put that on the umbrella, or especially the galoshes, but I think with the pattern paper it wouldn't show up as much, so adding this was kind of a better option. And then for the inside, I didn't forget that. Yesterday I did kind of forget that. I'm going to pull out my stamping mat again because I'm going to use a few new stamps for the inside. So for that I'm going to use Bermuda Bay. I could have used any of the colors that were already pulling into this card, but when it goes to the inside, I try and just go with what the darkest color is to add some color but make it easy to read. So this one I'm just going to tap on there and stamp out Life's Showers Bring Love's Flowers, and then I have a little tiny floral arrangement. I want to make sure I have that kind of facing the way I want to. So I'm going to stamp one kind of to the top side and the bottom side like so. So you have that. And then I'm just going to take with my snail adhesive here, just line some of that along the sides of it. And then I can put that. Hello, Nancy. It's good to hear from you. It's been a long time, or so it seems. Probably hasn't been as long as it feels. Okay, so that's going to be my inside there. So hopefully you have the gist. Hello, Mary, of the card today. So not really a hard card, just lots of little pieces. Sometimes, you know, I think we all have these scraps of this or that. Sometimes a card like this can come together just by seeing, you know, your pieces laying around. I've done that where I've had some pieces on my desk and tried to see what could all come together. So that might be something, but I did like the pop of yellow with the pool party and that too. So I kind of think like where I started with my purples in my mind this morning, by afternoon, I think I'm kind of happier with the different variations of the blues and such. So there's three different, there's Coastal Cabana and the Pool Party and the Bermuda Bay too, and then the pop of yellow too. So yeah, my son needs to take his test, and I can smell my bread rising. I don't know if you can smell my bread rising, but I'm pretty excited about the rolls that I'm starting for supper already. So I've been doing lots of cooking, and I'm sure you guys have too. So I will sign off here, and then I'll go load this card to my Facebook page so you can see all of the supplies used to make the card, kind of a recap. And that'll help you if you're thinking, do I have some of this stuff or not? You'll know exactly what I use to know if you have it or not. And also as a reference point too. So thanks so much for supporting this virtual April stamp camp. It's too early yet to say what May looks like, but we'll keep in touch about that. So today's April 9th. I'm reading the book Still Alice, about a woman who has early onset Alzheimer's. And this week, as I'm reading the book, I'm thinking, I kind of feel like what day of the week is it? What month is it? Like, what's going on? And so kind of scary, but yet not scary. But just I could relate with like, okay, this is what's going on. So having my 10 cards in 10 days, I know this is card number 9 out of my 10-day series. So I know it's April 9th, so that helps me. But I'm going to be a little lost when my 10 cards are done. But I do have a hostess that has changed her in-home party to an online or book party. So I told her I think it would be fun. After I'm done, I'll give you guys more instructions and such, but I think it would be fun to do like her online party for everybody and do her cards online too, maybe one a day, so it's not so big of a chunk out of your time to watch the videos. I try and make them short and informative that way too. So I'll start that yet this month, and I will try and decide tomorrow when I'm going to start that, so you know kind of when to tune back in and such too. So thought that would be kind of fun for her, so she wouldn't feel like she's missing out so much, and her friends that she would normally invite to her in-home party, so that way they can gather around on their phone too. So that could maybe be something you can think over if you're thinking, I kind of want to do some kind of event, but it's kind of hard to plan that right now. I'm kind of here at home, so I could design some cards and get those put together for a virtual party online too. So I'm not as scared as I thought I would be to the Facebook Lives. You guys have all been so supportive and encouraging, and I'm just doing what I've done for almost 25 years, so that makes it not so nerve-wracking either. So you guys have a great day, bundle up, it's pretty chilly out there, and I'll see you again tomorrow afternoon. Bye-bye.